Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, January 26th, and I want to talk today about belief versus knowledge. Now, whenever I first came into the rooms of AA, I always considered myself to be very rational, very logical. I was very factually based, or so I thought. So it was kind of definitely a progress for me. I had knowledge by that point that I was in fact an alcoholic, that my life had become unmanageable, and I was powerless over alcohol. I had knowledge of that because I had spent so many times, I tried so many times before to manage my drinking, to control my life, to control my drinking. And time and again, I'd always factually proven that I couldn't do it. So when I came in the room, step one was easy for me. Step two was the challenge, because I was raised in a church where a guy in the pulpit said his God was the only God that existed, and that I had to serve his God. I had to do things the way his God wanted them done. And so that according to him, if I didn't do things the way his God wanted them done, then his God didn't love me. And I thought that was the only God. So at that point, I'm going, as a young teenager, I'm coming up and going, his God doesn't love me, so his God's the only God. He doesn't love me. So I struggled with step two at first. But I did believe in God. That was a plus. So on that note, belief versus knowledge. Belief is an assumption that is made without any supporting evidence to corroborate its validity. So in other words, we believe, we just don't know, but we believe in something. Knowledge, on the other hand, is a known fact that has been rigorously tested through trial and error or some other scientific means to support or substantiate it. So I have a belief when I walk into a room and I flip the light switch, it's pitch black, and I flip the light switch, that the light bulb's going to come on. I believe that because over the course of time, every time I've ever walked in a room, flip the switch, light comes on. What happens if there's no electric? Oh gosh, that belief is now shattered all of a sudden, right? There's something wrong with that method. And I was thinking about it, we believe in all kinds of different things. We believe in religion. We believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to make it to Super Bowl. We believe a lot of things, but didn't all knowledge start with a belief? Think about it. I had a belief that the light switch was going to come on, and the lights were going to come on when I flipped that switch. When I walk in the room, I flip the switch, and the lights do come on. Well, my belief was proven true. That's why it's now knowledge. When you flip the switch, lights come on, right? All knowledge had to began anyway as a belief. The Big Book gives a couple great examples, not only about the electricity, but about Columbus and how his contemporaries believed the world was flat. And Joe and Charlie, whom I listened to on a constant repeat for like 2 months straight every night, they tell a great story about Columbus and how everybody believed the world was flat. And back then, the trading route from Europe to the West Indies, you had to go overland. Like, we're talking all the way up through Europe, all the way over to modern day Russia, and down through the Middle East. It took like years to move products and goods to market. And so Columbus had this idea, and Joe and Charlie say this, and I love this, it makes sense. Columbus had to have been a drunk, because he had to been an alcoholic, because he made the most alcoholic statement you could ever make. He wanted to go west by going east. Only an alcoholic would say something like that, right? I probably said things just as dumb. He wanted to go west by going east. So he went to all these different people and said, hey, give me money so I can fund this trip. And they all said, no, you're crazy. You're going to fall off the damn thing. You can't go east. You'll fall off. You'll disappear. So finally he got to the Queen of Spain. She said, okay, but man, I better get a return on my investment. And fortunately, it all paid off. Everybody believed the world was flat. Columbus said, you know what, I'm going to believe something's different. Matter of fact, he acted on that belief. And proved that belief was wrong. That everyone else's belief was wrong. He proved his belief was right. The world was not flat. And, so we everything we know in life was started out as a belief and turned into knowledge. Now, some things are still belief that we just haven't proved it yet, and that's fine. So I started thinking about it. Why was I so afraid to belief in God? What was I to lose? Believing that a power greater than me could restore me to sanity. What was I going to lose? Well, just going to be wrong? Okay, I'm okay with being wrong. I've been wrong before, many times in my life. I would rather take that chance and be wrong, believing that a power greater than me could restore me to sanity, than to have just kept going on, because I know had I not come to believe that a power greater than me could restore me to sanity, had I not done that, had I not taken that step, I would still be an alcoholic and I'd probably be dead now. So, weighing the pros and cons, to me, it made perfectly rational sense, logical sense. I'd rather take a chance and believe that a power greater than me could restore me to sanity than to not take a chance and die. Very rational sense. Very rational pros and cons for me, right? So what do you have to lose? Coming to believe that a power greater than you can restore you to sanity. You know what? For me, my belief proved true because I'm sober, 19 months sober. That belief is now knowledge that power greater than me could restore me to sanity and keep me sane. And I challenge you today, look at your beliefs, test your beliefs. What's the difference between belief and knowledge? It's faith. That's the intermediary step. Faith means we're acting on a belief. We're acting on something we don't know to be true. We're acting upon something that has yet to be scientifically tested and validated. We're acting on something out of a belief. I challenge you. What do you have to lose? Just to be wrong? Is it just to say you're wrong? I'm man enough to say I'm wrong. I was wrong. Whenever I'm wrong. But I can tell you this much. When I took that step, when I came to believe that a power greater than me could restore me to sanity, my belief turned into knowledge because it was proven right. Because I think I'm still sane. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Just wanted to share that experience, strength, and hope. And apparently my dog is ready to go out. So love you guys. And if you need anything, it's Thursday. So just reach out to me, text Michael Bragg. I will be reaching out to you soon. So love you guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take a first drink.